if I'm picking a side here, it's very difficult because you mentioned it. Both of these teams have just been so good. And against the spread, these have been two of the biggest cash cows in the league. Newcastle's actually been the biggest cash cow this year for obvious reasons. But Arsenal 12-5-1 against the spread this year, with United's not loss, but draw against Palace, which they were favored. They did not cover that spread. So now they are 13-6, but still two very profitable teams if you've just been betting their sides against the spread this season. So it's tough from a betting perspective to choose one here. You'd think taking the head start on United makes the most sense, but I'm going to lean towards the under in this matchup, Kevin. So I like your 1-1 score. I'm perfectly fine with that. And really, it's just, both teams have very, very good defenses. They obviously have the firepower to score against any inferior opponent that they play, but I think they're going to do a pretty good job here at neutralizing one another's attack. Arsenal rank number 2 in the league. They allow just 0.93 expected goals, which drops to 0.8 at home. Kevin, you mentioned how good they've been at Emirates this year. And then United, they rank number 4 in the league, allowing just 1.09 expected goals. Arsenal have allowed just 3 goals in 5 games since the break. They're off back-to-back league clean sheets. And United have allowed just 3 goals in their 8 matches since the break and never allowed more than 1 goal in any game. So, all the current trends for both teams is suggesting that, defensively at least, these teams are doing a great job. And, a lot of the times we see these big top teams meet each other and you immediately think, goals, 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 because they can score goals against Bournemouth and they can score goals against Everton and they can score goals against any of those teams, but they do a very good job at this against one another. And these managers do a good job of prepping and just making it tough tactically to find open space. So I like the under here. A match I look back to is Newcastle versus Arsenal just a few weeks ago, and Newcastle, obviously the game ended 0-0. Newcastle did a great job at really just, taking away Arsenal's attack. That game was very evenly played throughout. Neither team really deserved to lose that match or win that match. So it was a deserving result. And I think United can look at that match as a blueprint for how to take the Gunners out here, or at least keep them off the scoreboard often. So I'm going with the under 2.5 goals. You can get this at a small plus price right now, either plus 105. I've seen it as high as plus 110.